back to my channel, Stacy O Designs, where we talk all about sublimation and especially this new DTF sublimation hack that I am just absolutely loving. I love sublimation. I've just never been a fan of polyester clothing. I live in Florida, it's very hot, polyester doesn't breathe right, so I've really been taking advantage of this sublimation hack with DTF film. So today, I'm making toddler shirts. I love making kids' clothes. They're so cute and tiny, and customers have such fun ideas for their kids' clothes. So today I'm doing little critters on 100% cotton Bella Canvas youth t-shirts. And I'm using the Yamation thick, the Yamation thick DTF film with their powder. So I'm going to show you my print settings, my techniques, and the outcomes. Okay, so as always, I'm here in Photoshop ready to print. I have my design. I have these two designs for children's shirts. The artboard is 8.5 by 11 because that's what the film I'll be printing on. Okay, so here we are. I just hit print. We're in print settings. I don't use an ICC profile. I use Hippo inks. It's not really needed. So I go up here to print settings, and I already have a new DTF preset that I've done. So I'll just walk you through that really quickly. So I have it set to Premium Photo Paper Glossy. I personally have just found that the glossy setting works the best for me. I don't get any splotchiness. It lays down just enough ink, and it doesn't smear or anything like that. And I do have the quality set to high. And this is just a personal preference. I like the print preview. And then if you go here to more options, this color correction, I have it set to custom. I click advanced. You click color controls, and then Adobe RGB 2.2. And I have to brighten. I find that pressing DTFs, with the hack, they come out a little darker than if I did sublimation. So I do bump the brightness up a little bit, and the contrast is at 6. The saturation is at 5, and the density is at 3. If I have a very dark image, I might drop this density down a little bit. And definitely take off high speed, and it still works like sublimation, so you want to mirror the image. And then I'm going to get my print preview, and then I'm just going to print one copy of this. So today I'm going to be using this Yamation DTF thick film. And I've tried it without any backing, and it works, but sometimes it doesn't. So it's very easy to just tape a piece of paper on the back to ensure that it's going to work. So I'm going to show you how I tape the paper. And when you pull it out, it tells you that this is the printing side, what's facing up. And you can feel the difference, but you also don't want to get it mixed up. So the printing side is a little cloudy, and the back is very soft and shiny. It's very slick. So this is the printing side. So I'm just going to take a piece of regular copy paper, some masking tape, regular everyday masking tape. I have to line that up again. And that's it. It's just a little something for the rollers to catch on. And if you have any excess, you just cut that off so that it fits in your printer. Okay, and here it is right out of the printer. And I'm going to use my Yamation medium powder on this. Just sprinkle some on. And you want to do this quickly while the ink is still wet. So you want to have your station ready to go when it comes right out of the printer. And while I'm doing this, as a side note, I want you to notice that I am wearing gloves. And if my voice sounds muffled, it's because I'm wearing a mask. And I do have a fan on in a well-ventilated room. Before this powder is cured, it is not good for you. Once it's cured, it's okay, but you don't want to be breathing this kind of powder in. So once you have your image completely covered, nice and evenly, you want to tap off any excess. Not aggressively tap, but just enough that there's not excess. Because if there is no powder to cure, then that part will not transfer. So just gently tap, make sure there's no clumps and everything is fully covered. And now we're going to cure it. So there are a few different ways that you can cure this DTF powder. You can put it underneath your heat press with your heat press hovering over it, not touching it. But I like to use a heat gun. It goes much faster. I can see the color change and give it just enough heat without over curing it. And I just put it on low and constantly move it around. So now you can start to see those colors change. You see the difference with the color? So, see the difference? The heat really makes it pop. And that's it. That is cured and now ready to press. Okay, so this is the shirt I'm using today. It is a Bella Canvas youth shirt. And it is 100% cotton. Okay? And I absolutely love doing these tiny little shirts. They are just so cute. So the first thing I always do is lint roll. It's a good practice to do whether you're doing sublimation or HTV or DTF, because you don't want any little lint bumps underneath your design. Oops. And then I'm just going to pre-press this while my heat press is getting hot. And this is just to remove the moisture. You always want to pre-press when you're working, especially with sublimation, to get all of the moisture out of the garment that you're doing. And I'm just doing it for about 10-15 seconds. Okay, so we have a nice flat surface to work with. Okay, so this is the first one I'm gonna do, and it definitely is just like sublimation. You place your image on, you've already printed in mirror, so you can just stick your little guy on. If you want to put some heat tape, you can put heat tape on this. So you know how I love my pressing pillow to make sure all of the seams don't get in the way of the image. So that goes over like that. All the seams are out. And now I'm going to press at 320. Currently my press says 322, but that's okay. I have it set to 320, and I like to press between 20 and 25 seconds. So as soon as I pulled that heat press down, now my temperature immediately went down to 315. So I'm just gonna leave it for another second. Oh. My pressing pillow might be a little too high. Okay. So that looks pretty vibrant, and we're gonna let this completely cool. Okay, so here I am with the second shirt, and I'm going to place down my second image. Kids' shirts are so lovely to line up because they're so small you could see the entire shirt right on top of your platen. This is always my biggest struggle, is alignment. Okay, my pressing pillow is completely under. Do I have it the right way? Yes. Okay, and we're about ready to pull this one up. Again, it went down to 315, and it's just my press absorbing the heat. And second one, very vibrant and colorful. Okay, so let's peel the first one. Okay, it's nice and cool. And the way I like to peel, some people just yank it off. I like to kind of roll it. Okay, then I just do a second press and then it's done. I did place parchment over it just to make sure that the sublimation doesn't get on my top platen. And there you go. Beautiful, beautiful. So I have noticed with the thick film, it's a little bit tougher to get off. So I think this one I'm going to try the quick peel, see how that works. Oh, much better. Much better. So much easier to get off. And some parchment paper again. in about 10 seconds. Oh, I didn't check to see if, all right. Okay, it doesn't need a whole lot, just to seal that ink in to make sure it doesn't wash away. And the colors are super bright, and it feels nice, like a screen print. Yeah, there you go. Enjoy.